Welcome to today's dive. We are at Blue Grotto Dive Resort in Williston, Florida. This is going to be Taylor's first dive here. Most people, when they get open water certified in North Florida, this is where you do it. I was fortunate to have a weekday off, so we decided to come here. During the weekends, it's very difficult to dive here. There's 50 students in the water. Most of them are barely hovering off the bottom. The bottom is very silty, so it clouds up really quick. I did tell Taylor about Virgil the turtle. Virgil is the resident turtle.
Oh, she's right here.
And here she is. She has very little
Jesus, she scared the shit.
care for people's personal space. She will get right up on you. But she's looking for food. You can buy food to feed her from the shop. Pretty cool. When you first go down, there's training platforms. I think the ones at 10 feet, one's at 20 feet. There might be two at 20 feet and then one at 30 feet. And then the cavern. And there's all kinds of little things to look at that you'll see here shortly. Little statues that people have put down there. People stack rocks on top of each other. So we're just going to come to the platform and sit, kind of get ourselves configured. Pretty sure those are the only two other divers that were in the spring while we were there. And I think they were doing a class, so they sort of stayed on the platforms. Those of you that have been to Blue Grotto in the past, you understand and you know that stay off that bottom. It is super silty, and I'm trying to tell Taylor right there to do not go down low because you'll start kicking up stuff and there's no flow. Like a normal spring has a good flow, and there's no flow to get that debris out of there. So once you kick it up, it's up. I'm a firm believer that Blue Grotto has one of the coolest views from the bottom. You know, you look up, you see the silhouette of all the other divers, and just that light coming through into the cavern. It's pretty cool. It reminds me a little bit of Paradise Springs. If you've ever dove Paradise Springs, it's a small hole and you jump in and it goes down to 100 feet, but it's just got that opening that just rays of light come through, and it's pretty cool. So this is Peace Rock. There used to be a peace sign. I think you can kind of make out parts of it, but I didn't look for it this time. There's a couple little yard statues, and people stack rocks on them. But also behind this rock is where it drops in, and yes, I did just grope the mermaid like a child. So on the backside of that rock, it drops into the loop, and we're gonna hold out. I don't want to take them down the loop yet. I want them to kind of explore. And there's that view again. Really is kind of cool. Except for on the weekends when there's 50 silhouettes of divers. And most of them are 2 feet off the bottom kicking up silt. There's the sign that warns you that if you go down there, you're gonna die. The Grim Reaper. Now we've done the bottom of the cavern, and I'm heading up towards the bell. For those of you who've never been to Blue Grotto, there is a dive bell at 30 feet. It has compressed air pumped into it, and you can pop your head in there and breathe and talk to your dive partner.
What the?
Yeah, it's loud. So what we'll do is you don't need that. Just hold on over here. What we'll do is we'll go down that rope. All those signs are new. I've never seen those signs. So we'll go down that rope and circle around, and it comes out on this side of the rope. Okay? And then we'll just fuck around.
You know how, are we not going to go down there?
Huh?
We're not going to go down there?
Oh, we are going down there. Even though those cave signs are there, I've never seen those before. But the view from down there looking up is fucking cool as shit. So awesome. Now we're gonna head down to the rope. These ropes are new. Now I haven't been here in quite a while, and I don't know how long these ropes have been here, but I don't think that the last time I went to Blue Grotto, the ropes were there. There used to be a rope in the loop that was sort of high on the top end of the loop, which kept you at about 80 feet. And to get to 100, you had to drop down into the sand. That rope is no longer there. and there are cave lines down the loop, which could be for training purposes. I don't know. This is the entrance. Clearly those are new signs because they don't have any algae on them. But it just drops down to about 70 or 80 feet at the top of the loop. And Taylor is obsessed with how deep he gets. So you'll see that he's constantly looking at his computer. Say right there, he's at about 80 feet. And we're coming towards the bottom. He is actively looking for the lowest point, checking that dive computer and looking for the lowest point he can get. I want to say that I got to 101 feet. His dive computer is 2 feet off from mine. So when I'm at 100 feet, he's at 98. So right here he's showing 97, 99. He's got that 99. This is what happens when you don't get your way. You do whatever you can to get that 100 feet. And unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. He's still at 99. Also gives you sort of a good idea of how silty it can get. You see how when he put his arm down there and brought it up, it just plumes of silt. But we were the only ones down there, and I knew exactly where we were, and I could see the light out the other side, so I wasn't too worried about it. This is me just being a father and doing the best I can to show him that I was at 103 feet and he only hit 99. So there's many structures down in Blue Grotto. There's statues everywhere, little Easter eggs to find. This one baffles me. It's like they're trying to start a bonfire down here. This is all the wood that has fallen into the hole. They just pile it up, waiting for somebody to throw gas on it and light it. Kind of wish they'd just take it out. So this is the rock where you pile rocks. Taylor thought that he would contribute to it. As you can see, he only stacks 2 rocks. Which I'm pretty sure the goal is to stack more than 2. But, you know. At this point, I've showed him everything there is at Blue Grotto. There isn't a whole lot to do. It's not like a place like Devil's Den where you're going in and out of holes and feeding the massive brim that are in there. So we're just burning air at this point, just trying to not come up with 2,000 psi. So we swim around one more time and then we start making our way to our safety stop. video. Now he's at the lowest platform. It's not a very long dive, as you can see. It's 27 minutes. You don't burn a whole lot of air in 27 minutes. I think I came up with maybe 1800 psi. This time more people had shown up and more people were in the water, and you could tell the water clarity up top has really just gone. So we're just checking watches. Showing him how daddy goes deeper.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
To make him feel better, I just tell him that he went 103 feet like my watch says. You'll notice here, people being swarmed by fish. And no, they're not friendly, just saying hello. You can buy fish food when you check in. And they were feeding fish. Usually when you first get in, the brim check you out to see if you have food or not. This is the platform that's at around 15 feet. And this is where we'll do our safety stop before ending our dive. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate it, and I am your official #1 fan for doing so, because it's a long one.
Pretty nice.